must be tired from work. Sorry. Huh?
Huh? Oh god, what sins did I commit in a past life to end up with my sister as my group date partner? I, Minoru Suzuki, and my sister Mio Suzuki looked at each other like we had just seen a horror movie. How did this happen? My sister is 2 years older than me, and we attended the same school from elementary to high school. However, we never went to and from school together and barely interacted. We hardly spoke at home either. That's how real siblings are. There's no doting big sister who adores her little brother here, unlike in love stories.
Hey, isn't that Mio-senpai's little brother? He looks so different in person, doesn't he? Totally. Even though his sister is this cool beauty, he's kind of plain.
There they go, saying whatever they want again. Many people respect my charismatic and talented sister, who has a lone wolf image. On the other hand, I'm just average. Not only students, but even teachers compare me to her, and I was sick of it.
Excuse me, I need to get through. Mio-senpai, sorry. Mio-senpai spoke to me. I've used up all my luck for today.
What?
You're just going to take that? That's lame.
What? My sister's comments have always been like this. We were closer when we were kids, but that feels like a distant memory. Time passed, and in the fall, when I turned 19, I decided to drop out of the university I was attending for personal reasons. I've already taken care of the paperwork, but I've wasted the entrance fee and tuition. I'll work to pay it back.
What are you talking about? There's no need for that. But are you sure about this?
Yeah, I've made up my mind. Don't worry, Mom.
Minoru? Hey, are you serious about dropping out of university? You got in on a scholarship and you're just going to waste it?
My sister had recently returned home after moving to the city, and as soon as she saw me, she started talking to me like this.
Nothing good comes from rushing into things. No matter how hard you try, sometimes it's just not going to work.
Shut up! Her harsh words made me snap and get emotional. The first time she spoke to me in a while, and it was just insults. I've made my decision. Just leave me alone.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Since then, my sister and I haven't spoken a word to each other and stopped seeing each other altogether. Then, in September of my 25th year, a terrible group date began, sparked by a call from a certain senior. Hey Suzuki, the dropout! It's been a while. You must be free on the weekends, right? Tanaka-senpai. His name is Sonemi Tanaka. He was the head of the club I was in during my university days. We're having a group date this Saturday, so you're coming too. I've got my eye on someone, so you better help out. What? You contacted me after all these years just for this? I'm doing you a favor, you know. Oh, and that Ito Yuki is coming too. That's... Tanaka-senpai used to pick on me a lot during university, and often made sarcastic remarks. When I told him I was quitting the club because I was dropping out, he laughed his head off. I don't like him, to be honest, and I don't want to see him. But when he mentioned that woman's name, I couldn't help but be at a loss for words.
Hey Tanaka, don't be mean to your juniors. Bad. Minoru, you've got to speak up if you don't like something. It doesn't matter if they're older.
Yes. That was Yuki Ito, who stood up for me. I think she was the same age as Tanaka-senpai. She was gentle and kind, and I've never forgotten her even after all these years. She was my first love. Then, on Saturday evening, I entered the bar where we were meeting up, feeling anxious as I sat down. Hey, long time no see, Minoru! Hearing that voice, I brightened up. It was Riku Takahashi, a senior who was a year older than me and was in the same club in college. In other words, most of the participants today were from the same university. You're obviously here for Yuki-senpai, right? You've got pure intentions. You've been calling her by her first name since back then, haven't you? We agreed not to bring that up. Too subtle, so it didn't get through? What a wimp. Hahaha, you're still such a cute junior. Ah, but I would also be happy if you're here just to see me. Ow, why the paper fan? In this world, there's no doting big sister protagonist. And there's no need for an overly close pretty boy either. I'm rebelling against all the typical love tropes. What kind of nonsense rebellion is that? Why are you two making such a ruckus like you're at a zoo? Takahashi, you seem to be having more fun here than at work. Then, Tanaka-senpai showed up with Yuki Ito and another unfamiliar woman. Yuki-san! Oh, Tanaka-senpai. It's been a while. Wait, what was that about work? Oh, Tanaka and I work at the same company. We're both sales reps for a seafood processing company.
Minoru-kun, you seem as energetic as ever.
Yuki-san smiled at me as I scratched my cheek, feeling shy. The woman sat down, making casual small talk. Huh? Wasn't there supposed to be one more person? I thought there were 6 of us.
Oh, she's running late because of work, but she should be here any minute.
As soon as Yuki finished speaking, the bar door opened, and we heard footsteps hurrying toward us.
Oh, she's here! Mio, you must be tired from work. Sorry. Huh?
Huh? Oh crap, it's my sister? Back to the beginning. We widened our eyes in shock, but my sister quickly composed herself and glared at me with a look that said it all.
Stay quiet. Don't move. Pretend we're strangers. If they find out, you're dead.
I signaled back with my eyes, and my sister sighed lightly before sitting down.
What's wrong? You seem tired. Yeah. My high school club members were practicing late. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, so you're a high school teacher? Must be tough. Thanks for making time to join us. My sister, who is a teacher, is busy every day. She's 27 this year. Even my cool sister is looking for a relationship now. Despite her busy schedule, she made time to join this group date, only to find her little brother here. If the others found out, what would happen? Naturally, the entire conversation would revolve around our ridiculous encounter. I absolutely want to avoid that. Fortunately, no one seemed to notice anything strange about our behavior, so we started introducing ourselves.
Oh, by the way, Minoru-kun and Mio both have the surname Suzuki. What a coincidence.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Apparently, Suzuki is the second most common surname after Sato in Japan. I've heard that when people with the same surname marry, the paperwork is easier. Maybe I should smack him with the paper fan again.
Leave it to Watanabe. She's into fortune-telling and has even mastered it to the level of sorcery.
The other participant, Watanabe-san, speaks up. Did she just say something ominous?
I just did a reading. You two share a deep connection. It goes beyond being lovers. Almost like family.
That's because we are actually blood-related family.
Huh? So you two are super compatible? I don't think I can compete with that. Nope, nope, nope. Please stop, please stop, please stop!
Heh, what a load of nonsense. Tanaka-senpai slammed his beer mug down and cursed. The lively conversation came to an abrupt halt. For the first time, I felt grateful to him. Mio-san, you should stay away from this guy. He's no good.
Huh?
The truth is, he dropped out of university. No guts at all, right? He's good at sucking up to people, but now he's just working at a small workshop to make some pocket change. Isn't that right? Tanaka's blatant sarcasm made me frown. Dropping out aside, belittling my job was infuriating. And from the way he's acting, I guess I was right. He's after my sister. He probably thought belittling me would make him look better. But in reality, it's the kind of behavior that people look down on.
Is that so?
My sister pulled a bill from her wallet and slammed it on the table.
I'm leaving.
Wait, what did you say?
I'm tired, so I'm going home.
What? But why so suddenly? Wait a minute! Tanaka-senpai tried to stop her with a few words, but she ignored him and walked out. The group date fell apart after that. and we soon dispersed. Fortunately, I started exchanging messages with Yuki-san again, and we made plans to meet up later. And then... What? You knew we were siblings?
I kind of guessed when I saw how Mio acted when she left. And when I asked afterwards, my suspicion was confirmed.
How embarrassing. Should I tell Takahashi-senpai too?
That sounds fun. Like a hidden camera reveal. I bet Takahashi-kun would love it. Mio and I hit it off when we met through work. I work for a company that plans education-related events.
Listening to Yuki-san's story, it seems like my sister is still cool and working hard.
When we were out for drinks, Mio told me about her little brother. So that was you, Minoru-kun.
So I guess you didn't hear anything good about me.
Huh?
My sister and I have never been close, and if anything, I think she hates me. She's always so cold. She probably complained about me to you too. That's even more embarrassing.
No, she didn't complain at all. In fact...
It's okay. Sorry for making you worry about it. Yuki smiles awkwardly, and that's where the conversation about my sister ended. After that, Yuki-san and I continued to meet a few times a month. It's so hot. The heat is still lingering. 2 months later, today was my father's first death anniversary. By the time the memorial service ended, the sun was starting to set. On top of that, our mother asked my sister and me to go shopping, so we reluctantly changed and went to the supermarket. Do you need anything else?
We're good. Let's get home quickly.
She's still so cold. Huh? Mio-san? What the hell? Why is Suzuki here? And wouldn't you know it, we ran into Tanaka-senpai, dressed casually, right outside the store.
You're... Yoshida, right?
It's Tanaka. But why? I got your number as the organizer, but you haven't responded at all since then. Oh, that's because Tanaka-senpai didn't know. Sorry for not telling you. The truth is, we're siblings. Suzuki, so you're into role-playing? Because the fortune teller said you two were like family? No, that damn sorceress! By the way, Watanabe-san apparently went to Romania to master fortune-telling. But that's another story. Seeing that we weren't getting anywhere, my sister stepped forward.
Minoru and I are siblings. We didn't know we were both attending and didn't want to ruin the evening, so we stayed quiet.
What? Come on, Mio-san, you can't be serious. If you're going to lie, at least make it believable.
Excuse me?
You two don't even look alike. It's like comparing heaven and earth, the moon and a turtle, or gourmet meal to instant ramen. There's way too much of a difference. At least I want it to be compared to a Moss burger. Ridiculous! Mio-san is a teacher at a prestigious school. And you? You dropped out of university. And do you actually even work?
Shut up.
My sister cornered Tanaka-senpai against a wall, her face a terrifying mask of anger. The pressure made him cower like a small animal.
I said we're siblings and that's that. It's none of your business, so shut up. Minoru is working just fine. Don't act all high and mighty when you don't know anything. It's disgusting.
My sister has always been the rough talking type, which is why she keeps her words to a minimum and maintains a cool image. Whoa, I haven't seen this side of her in a while.
Minoru dropped out of university to take over our late father's workshop. Back then, our father was diagnosed with a serious illness and given a limited time to live. It was a disease that gradually took away his ability to move. So before he became completely unable to work, Minoru decided to take over.
What? Our father was a craftsman who specialized in traditional glasswork from the region. Neither my sister nor I had any intention of taking over the workshop, and our father respected that decision. I was studying mechanical engineering, and my sister wanted to be a teacher. But when his illness was diagnosed, our father let slip his true feelings. It's hard to see the workshop I've built over the years just gather dust. Dad? The thought of losing someone important made me feel I had to carry on my father's work. I've made up my mind. Don't worry, Mom.
Minoru, thank you. I'm sure your father can rest easy now. Really? Thank you so much. Nothing good comes from rushing into things. No matter how hard you try, sometimes it's just not going to work. Are you really going to give up on the dream you've always had and walk such a difficult path?
Shut up! Even now, I continue to create works in the workshop, carrying on the skills my late father taught me.
Minoru is capable. Many people compared him to me and looked down on him for some reason. He got into university on a scholarship and worked hard every day, dreaming of developing IoT products at a major company like Lovekoi Corporation. But he gave up that dream to honor our father's wishes. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the courage. That's why I respect my brother. I don't show it because it's not my style to be all affectionate.
So that's why you were always called the lone wolf at school, despite being popular.
Huh? There were too many people gossiping about my family. It was annoying. Wouldn't that bother anyone? But you just let them say whatever they wanted. It was so frustrating that I decided to become a teacher to change that environment.
So even in high school, she didn't hate me. She just didn't like how others treated me, which made her act cold. She took up her job because of how she felt back then. She's been thinking about me this whole time. That's what happened, huh? I'm really sorry. I misunderstood everything. I just wanted to get closer to Mio-san, but I went too far and acted like an idiot. Tanaka-senpai was completely deflated, desperately stringing together words that sounded good. Get closer. Oh yeah, you were after my sister, but that's going to be a little difficult now. Huh? Ah, there you are. Hey, over here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm here to pick you up. The person who got out of the fancy car was Takahashi-senpai. Why is Takahashi here? Hey, Tanaka-senpai. I've recently gotten close to the Suzuki siblings. Today's kind of an extension of that. Since I started contacting Yuki-san and Takahashi-senpai after the group date, I explained the situation with my sister to him. Instead of being put off, Takahashi-senpai was intrigued and asked me to introduce him to my sister, which I agreed to do. I prefer women who are a bit cold. Your sister is reliable, so she's perfect for me. Wait. So Mio-san, what about me?
Well, unlike some other people, he doesn't badmouth my family. He's actually considerate and dependable.
My sister didn't seem entirely opposed to the idea. While I was anxiously waiting for your response, when did this? Oh, I heard from Yuki-san, Tanaka-senpai. You were pretty greedy with this group date, weren't you? You saw Mio-san on Yuki-san's social media and fell for her at first sight. You begged Yuki-san to set it up for you, didn't you? Gah! And you tried to make Minoru your foil on the guy's side, didn't you? You were jealous because Minoru was popular back in university, so you thought you'd get revenge after all these years, huh? Tanaka-senpai's face first turned pale, then slowly began to flush red. Huh? Why me all of a sudden? You didn't notice? When you joined the club, everyone was buzzing about you as the scholarship student. But you didn't let it get to your head. You were humble and kind. The girls loved you for your calming presence. What the hell is that? Well, you dropped out in your first year, so you probably didn't notice. So that's why Tanaka-senpai always made sarcastic remarks toward me. It was just jealousy. But you dropped out, and after that, I didn't hear anything about you. I thought I was winning. Sure, I'm not working for a big company like you, and it's just a small workshop. But the people in the community appreciate me, and I'm satisfied, so I take pride in my work. You can laugh at me all you want, but I want you to take back those words that insulted my important work, okay? Tanaka-senpai's eyes widened as if realizing the difference in her maturity, and his shoulders slumped in defeat. There's no excuse. I'm sorry. I tried to bring you down because of my stupid pride. I was wrong. Then Tanaka-senpai slowly raised his head and walked away, looking defeated. After that, I never heard from him again. I lost to Takahashi in sales again this month, and even to the other guys. Why am I losing to them? 1 month later, Tanaka-senpai was still dissatisfied with his job. No, I'm losing because there's something I'm lacking. I have to accept that as a fact. Tanaka, that's unusual. Normally, you'd be furious like a demon when you see the sales figures. Manager, I realized I've been judging things by a narrow-minded scale. I'm such a fool. So I've decided to change. I'm gonna turn over a new leaf and work hard. I see. I respect that resolve. People shine the brightest when they change. Huh? Then I'll teach you all the secrets passed down in our sales department. Your training begins now. Kazuo Ichizuri, a manager at Love Fish Corporation, where his nephew is the president, seems to be a musclehead. Tanaka-senpai's screams echoed loudly from the building. I wish him luck in his redemption, but that's not my concern. And so, my sister and I still don't keep in touch, but Takahashi-senpai says she's doing well.
Oh, so it's still the same. But I think Takahashi-kun and Mio make a great couple.
After that, my sister and Takahashi-senpai started dating and are considering marriage. But Yuki-san, you knew how my sister really felt about me, didn't you?
Yes. Sometimes Mio would talk about her brother, but I was surprised when I realized it was you, Minoru-kun.
Even so, she respected the distance between us and chose to watch over us. As I was feeling grateful, Yuki-san squeezed my hand tightly, as if she had something on her mind.
But I'd be happier if we were closer and sweeter than that.
Closer and sweeter? Well, I'll do my best. From an outsider's perspective, my sister and I may seem distant, but we respect each other. That's why she stood up for me when I was being looked down on, and I would like to help her out if she ever needs it. It's okay to have that kind of distance, and I'm sure Yuki-san and I will also find our own way to be close.
Hey, Dad collapsed from a cerebral hemorrhage? When I got the call from my mom, it felt like everything around me was drifting far away. The noise disappeared, leaving only a sense of disconnection, as if the world was barely connected by a single phone line. Central Prefectural Hospital, right? Got it. I'll be there soon. As soon as I hung up, I explained the situation to my manager, got permission to leave early, and headed straight to the hospital.
Hey, so, you're late. Dad's already been taken into surgery.
When I arrived at the hospital, my brother Manabu was already there. He's 2 years older than me, at 30. His wife, Kiyomi, was with him as well. Sorry, bro. How's Mom?
She's with Dad by the surgery room. She's looking pretty exhausted.
Mother-in-law should know that pushing herself like this won't change anything.
Don't say that. Not everyone can stay rational, especially when it's family.
We met up with Mom in front of the surgery room and waited. No, there was nothing else we could do but wait.
So, your father was just like always when he left the house today. And yet...
It's going to be all right, Mom. The surgery will be a success. Let's just trust and wait. Time passed uncomfortably slowly until, after about 3 hours, the surgery room door suddenly opened and a female doctor emerged.
Allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Dr. Kurihara, the surgeon in charge of Tsuyoshi Yuki's operation.
We were taken to a consultation room where the female doctor introduced herself. Tsuyoshi Yuki is my father's name, by the way.
Doctor, the surgery, it was a success, right? Please rest assured. The surgery was successful, however...
The relief that was beginning to spread froze up suddenly. Dr. Kurihara continued, waiting until the room settled down.
However, due to a hematoma that was formed in the left hemisphere, it was removed. But there is a chance of sequelae. Sequelae? Does that mean paralysis? Yes, paralysis should be present in the right side of his body. Also, because the left hemisphere contains the language center, he may also have difficulty speaking. No way! He won't be able to speak! It depends on the rehabilitation, but you should prepare for that possibility.
Afterward, she gave us more details about the upcoming hospital stay. but most of it went over my head. A week had passed, and Dad had been moved from the ICU to a regular hospital room. Mom came to the hospital every day to stay with him. I also took vacation days to visit every day.
So, you don't have to push yourself so hard. You still have work, right? I can handle the caregiving by myself.
Sure, my vacation days aren't unlimited, but I can't let Mom bear the burden alone. I'll go get us some drinks. Tea for you, right, Mom?
Thank you, so.
Oh, Yuki-san, you're visiting again today? Thank you for your hard work.
Kajiwara-san, right? Thank you for always taking care of my father. This is Rikako Kajiwara, one of the nurses assigned to my dad, whom I often run into in the ward.
Don't overdo it, okay? You look tired.
Yes, thank you, but visiting is about all I can do for him. Kajiwara-san had an easygoing manner that made me open up and speak my mind.
I'm sorry if this sounds like meddling. I know it may sound odd, but hospital stays tend to be brief, while caregiving often continues for a long time afterward. That's why I think it's better to leave things to the hospital while he's here. Families should use that time to prepare for the transition to home care, so everything goes smoothly after discharge.
Home care. Right, you're absolutely right. Yeah, what I should focus on now is what I can prepare before my vacation days end. Thank you. I feel like I suddenly know what I need to do.
Really? That's great. I was worried I might have been too pushy.
My anxiety had narrowed my view to just the present. Wasting this time would only increase the burden on Mom. It's still early days, but if I don't figure something out, once my vacation's over, I won't be able to do anything. And time flowed on. 3 months later, my father was finally ready to be discharged. A month after Dad was discharged, the household had finally started to settle down after the initial chaos. Fortunately, Dad's paralysis turned out to be mild. However, just as the doctor predicted, he was left with significant speech impairments. As for me, I sorted out my work, became a freelance contractor, and moved back home to spend more time caring for him. That said, the only projects I have now are coming from my former employer. Alright, that should do it for the server program request. Time for a break. Oh, Kiyomi-san, you're here. I ran into my brother's wife, Kiyomi-san, as I reached the bottom of the stairs. I'll be taking Dad to rehab this afternoon, so please let me know if there's anything you need me to pick up.
You sure have it easy. I'm juggling housework at home and here.
Kiyomi-san comes over 3 times a week to help with the housework and caregiving under my brother's instructions. She clearly doesn't want to be here and usually leaves before noon, but the fact that she comes at all is something, I guess.
By the way, So-kun, you've been at home all this time. Were you laid off or something?
What? No, it's not like that.
Did you get fired for using too many vacation days? There's such a huge gap between you and your elite brother. Well, if you've got time, help out with the housework.
Sure, my brother has a better education and is more of an elite, but Kiyomi-san always treats me harshly for some reason. Not that it matters much. Freelancing hasn't taken off yet, so even if I argued back, she'd probably just laugh at me. Suddenly, Kiyomi-san's phone received some kind of notification, and her expression softened.
So-kun, I'll be heading home soon. I'll leave the rest to you. I need to say goodbye to mother-in-law, too.
Kiyomi-san hurriedly walked off towards the kitchen. It felt even earlier than usual, but whatever. Complaining would be pointless. Time for lunch.
Hey, so? Is work going okay? I really appreciate you being here, but you're not overextending yourself, right?
I'm fine, Mom. I'm still getting work from the old company.
But that won't last forever, right?
Yeah, I think I'll start putting myself out there for more clients soon. I don't have any experience with sales, but if I want to balance caregiving, it's the path I've chosen. I have to make it work. In the afternoon, I took Dad to the hospital in the car and was now waiting for him to finish rehab. Will Dad really improve with rehab? As I was thinking that, a familiar voice suddenly called out to me.
Oh, Yuki-san, it's been a while. Your father's here for rehab?
Huh? Ah, Kajiwara-san. Sorry, I didn't recognize you out of your uniform.
I messed up at work, and I got fired as a nurse.
Oh, that's why you're in casual clothes. Wait, what?
Just kidding. I just finished a night shift and took a nap, and then it was already this late.
You really had me there. Haha. I didn't know you liked to joke around.
Huh? You're laughing. Good. I thought you seemed troubled about something, Yuki-san. It's about your father, right? It's going to be okay. Little by little, he will improve with rehab.
You read me like a book. But hearing you say that, Kajiwara-san, makes me believe it.
I'd like to say hi to your father. So would you mind if I waited here until he finishes?
Huh? Are you sure? It's going to be a while longer, though.
Yes, I'm off tomorrow, and I thought it'd be nice to relax and chat. If you don't mind.
Of course not. Not at all. We ended up talking quite a lot, and before I knew it, it was time. So we hurried to the rehab room. Dad, sorry, did we keep you waiting?
Yuki-san, it's been a while. I'm Nurse Kajiwara. Do you remember me? Oh, you do remember me, don't you?
It's like she can understand my father. Maybe it's her professional training?
I understand it's hard, isn't it? But you'll get better, for sure. I'll come to see you again. So let's keep working hard in rehab, okay?
No, I think she really does understand him, because Dad is smiling for the first time in ages. That night, I somehow found myself at my brother's place. I felt like talking to him a bit after a long time.
So, Dad's starting to smile again.
My brother was alone. It seemed like Kiyomi-san hadn't come home yet.
More importantly, are you okay? You quit your job, didn't you?
Well, somehow managing for now.
You've always been impulsive. That's why you screw things up. You have to plan things out and move step by step like I do, or you'll lose your footing.
That's harsh. Well, I'll do my best, balancing caregiving and all.
But you only have to help Kiyomi 3 times a week, right? You just need to pitch in a little.
Wait, bro. Do you still think Kiyomi-san is at the house helping with caregiving? That's odd. That's what I thought, but before I could say anything, it got late, so I left my brother's place for the night. Half a year passed since then. During every rehab session, I saw Kajiwara-san frequently.
Is it really okay for me to join you for lunch? Of course! Please do. Right, Dad?
Dad thinks so too. Before I knew it, we'd grown close enough for her to come by on her days off. Now she helps with caregiving and keeping an eye on Dad in place of Kiyomi-san, who only comes in the mornings.
Tsuyoshi is scheduled to go for a walk in the afternoon, right? The heat today makes me worry about heat stroke.
Yeah, I thought we'd go inside the mall to cool off.
That's a great idea. I've never ridden in your car before, So-san.
It was as if she decided from the start to come along. I couldn't help but smile. As she got closer to the family, and since everyone here is a Yuki, it felt natural to call her by her first name.
Since it's a weekday afternoon, it's fairly empty. No worries about bumping into anyone.
Yeah, and the air conditioning feels nice. Yeah. Huh?
Maybe he wants to go to the shoe store?
Tsuyoshi nodded at Rikako's guess. I was starting to understand a bit too, but not quite as much. Now that we knew our destination, we started walking slowly. Thanks to the rehab, Dad could now walk without support. He still dragged his foot a bit, and long distances were tough, but it was a big improvement.
By the way, So-san, did you get the job you mentioned recently?
Actually, I didn't.
I see. But it'll be fine. You're doing your best and it'll definitely pay off.
Thank you, hearing that means a lot. Suddenly, Dad made a sound and we all turned our attention towards him. He was pointing ahead with his cane. What is it, Dad? Did you see something? Wait, could that be Kiyomi-san? Kiyomi-san had been at the house that morning but left early. Why was she here?
Oh, you're right. So the man with her must be your brother Manabu-san?
When she said that, I noticed Kiyomi-san wasn't alone, but her companion. No, that's not my brother.
Well, then maybe a friend of hers?
I stopped mid-sentence. Kiyomi-san had wrapped her arm around the guys.
What's going on? I mean, could it be her brother or something?
No, I'm pretty sure she was an only child. And that definitely wasn't how siblings would act. As we stood there in an awkward silence, Kiyomi-san disappeared into the crowd. A few days later, I decided to go to my brother's place. I wasn't sure if I should tell him what I saw that day.
Yes, who is it?
Oh, Kiyomi-san, so you're home today. It's so. Is my brother in?
Ugh, what do you want at this hour? Manabu is with a guest right now.
With Kiyomi-san here, I couldn't bring it up. I was about to say, never mind, I'll go. When?
Oh, hold on. Huh? Yeah, Sokun? It's probably nothing important anyway. Manabu said to let you in.
After a while, she reluctantly let me in. Well, guess I can't just say I'm leaving. I might as well see my brother.
Manabu insisted, so I had no choice but to let you in.
Or so Kiyomi said, leading me into the living room, where my brother was having a drink with someone.
Hey, so, I'm drinking at home with my boss right now. Chief, this is my brother.
Wait, this guy. Before I could even finish my thought, the man, who seemed to be my brother's boss, stood up.
Oh, if it isn't Yuki-san, long time no see.
Ah, Hori-san, it's been a while.
Wait, Manabu's boss?
We worked together once before. I answered instinctively, but in my head, I had a few questions floating around. Hori-san is my brother's boss? He used to work for a completely different company.
Chief, you know So?
So, I see. Now that you mention it, you're both Yuki. It's a small world. When I was still with my previous company, I handled a core system server project. And the lead technician from the vendor side was your brother here.
Wait, So was the lead technician? But he's nothing like Manabu-san. He's not as capable.
Hey, stop it!
Same as always, Kiyomi-san said something rude, and for some reason, my brother panicked. Hearing this, Hori-san.
I cannot let that slide. He's extremely capable. Out of all the programmers I've met, I've never seen anyone as skilled as him.
Hori-san, he thought so highly of me.
Madam, what gives you the right to belittle him?
What? Well, that's because Manabu said so.
Manabu Yuki did? What's that about?
Sorry, Chief. I fed Kiyomi the idea that So wasn't competent.
Huh? Bro, why would you do that?
I'm sorry, So. I was jealous of how good you were. You've always had an exceptional knack for math, and then programming too.
But, you were good at everything, weren't you?
Yeah, studying was all I had. And yet, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't beat you in math. You were passionate about math and threw yourself into it, and no one could compete with you in that field. Not being able to beat you at math turned into a complex for me. I was wrong. It's my fault that Kiyomi treated you badly.
So that's why my long-held doubts started to clear up.
You can hate me if you want. I'm really sorry.
No, I don't hate you. Actually, I've always looked up to you for being good at everything.
So, thank you. And sorry.
I think my brother was a bit drunk, but even so, hearing his true feelings satisfied me.
This has been something to witness. By the way, could it be that the freelance younger brother Yuki-san mentioned before was...
Ah, that's me.
I thought so. Then the part about you struggling for work?
Unfortunately, that's true. I'm having trouble with client outreach.
Then this might be a good opportunity. Yuki-san, how would you feel about helping us out with a project?
Really? I'm just a freelancer and I don't have much reputation.
No need to worry. I'm reaching out to you personally. Will you take it?
Thank you. It's more than I could ask for. I'd love to.
Great. We'll work out the details later. Now, enough work talk. Let's drink.
While the two resumed their drinking, I glanced over at Kiyomi-san. She was trying to slip away, probably because she felt uncomfortable. Kiyomi-san. I don't hold anything against her now, but I couldn't let this suspicion go, not for my brother's sake. Later, I insisted my brother come over during work hours for a family meeting at our house. It was the day Kiyomi was supposed to help, but as usual, she left by noon.
What's going on? Did Kiyomi not show up?
She usually leaves around noon. I thought you told her to do that.
No, I didn't. I assumed she'd been helping out the whole time. What's going on here? She should have been home if she left that early.
So she wasn't at home either.
No, on the days she's supposed to help, she'd be back as early as 7 and sometimes as late as 10 at night. Where on earth was she going? And what was she doing?
Manabu, I hate to say it, but I think there's a possibility. I then told my brother exactly what I saw at Aeon Mall.
That has to be some kind of mistake.
Dad saw her first. Then Nikako-san and I also checked.
I see. I guess I have to ask Kiyomi directly.
That night, my brother made up his mind to confront Kiyomi as she returned late again.
Where have you been all this time?
Where? I was taking care of father-in-law.
Don't lie to me.
Manabu cut her off sharply, and Kiyomi flinched. Then she saw me appear from behind my brother, and her expression changed as she lashed out.
What did you tell him? I don't know what you said, but it's all lies.
No, I went to the house at noon. You definitely weren't there.
I was just out shopping for a bit.
Stop making excuses. I've been watching you all day today.
Kiyomi suddenly went silent, tears running down her face.
Yeah, I skipped out. So what if I did? You just left me to do all the caregiving and I'm at my limit.
I see.
My brother nodded calmly, as if he'd come to terms with something.
Then who was that guy you were walking with at Aeon Mall?
Kiyomi looked up, startled. There was a brief pause, and then her expression began to change.
What? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that, and I only skipped out today for the first time.
Are you really going to keep lying? Then show Manabu your phone. I couldn't stand seeing my brother in pain anymore, so I played my trump card. When she came to help, Kiyomi was often anxiously messaging someone on her phone. And it wasn't my brother, which left only one possible answer.
What? Why should I show you anything, So-kun?
Then I'll say it too. Show us your phone, Kiyomi.
Ugh.
Kiyomi went silent. In the end, Kiyomi screamed and cried, but she never showed us her phone. Which could only mean one thing. In the end, my brother and Kiyomi got divorced over her affair. Her lover's parents later came to our house to offer a heartfelt apology, and they agreed to make Kiyomi pay compensation herself. After that, Kiyomi desperately tried to get back together with my brother, showing up at his door. There was a lot of drama, and for a while things were really chaotic. But now that the compensation from Kiyomi and her lover has been settled, things have finally started to calm down again. Meanwhile, thanks to the work I got from Hori-san, I began to find success as a freelance contractor. There were times when I doubted my choices, and I struggled. But if you believe in yourself and do your best, people will naturally come to support you, and you'll be able to carve out your own path.
I'm so glad. Now your parents will be able to rest easy.
Yeah, it finally feels like I've been able to make them proud.
Make them proud.
Rikako suddenly fell silent, then leaned forward over the table.
So-san, there's one more way to make them proud.
Huh? One more way.
okay with it, please date me with marriage in mind. And let's give your parents grandchildren.
What? Grandchildren?
I've always thought you were such a kind and wonderful person, So-san. Is that not okay?
No, not at all. If you're okay with me, I'd be honored. Half a year later, Rikako and I, Kajiwara Rikako, really did get married. And a year after that, my parents got to hold their first grandchild.